showtime, bitch!
Hello guys, I'm Gaz Cavalera. Welcome to this episode of Stuff I've Picked Up in the Past. Basically, I wanted to go to a car boot sale today, hoping to get some bits to make a video for a weekly pickups video. It was rained out, so I couldn't go. So I've made this video instead, in which is basically stuff that I've picked up over the years in car boot sales. Before I go into this, I'd like to make a mention to some friends. First of all, my friend Natalie Jane. She does a lot of motivational videos. She's into like self-help, positive messages. She's a really, really nice girl. She's from Yorkshire, so I'm going to leave a link below. Give her a watch. If anyone's ever needing any help or kind words, she's a good person to go to. Next up is a new friend I've made on YouTube. He's a really, really good guy. He does a lot of pickups videos. Now his idea of picking up games is a little bit different from mine. He seems to like to try and get whatever he can at a cheap price. There's a lot of stuff he picks up which I personally wouldn't get, but the guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to games. He's got a good opinion on games. He's got a nice setup too, and he's got one of the biggest Wii collections that I've ever seen that anybody has. So he's called the Retro Bear. He's a good guy. Please give him a watch and subscribe to him if you would like to. I'm going to leave some links for them people below. Anyway, back onto this week's video. In this episode, I'm going to show you some bits that I've picked up in car boot sales over the years. Things I've got great deals on. I wanted to go to the car boot sale today, but it was rained out. So Bearsco, the big car boot sale up northwest, has been cancelled. So I've dug out some bits and pieces that I've got over the years of car boot sales to show you. There's some fantastic deals here. So, okay, this is in no particular order. It's just the order I've put it down on the floor. I'll show you the absolute biggest thing first. Now, I bought this for £20 in a car boot sale. I was walking down and some guy shouted over to me, "Hey lad, do you like Star Wars?" I'm like, "Yeah man, I love Star Wars." He went, "Well, I've got something here you might be interested in." I was like, "Sound, what have you got?" He went, "Well, it's old." I went, "The older the better for me, mate." I got to his table. He didn't have anything Star Wars on his table, but he turned around, went to his car, pulled out a box. Now, you'll be able to see behind me up there, that box. Can you see it? New. Now inside the box was, well, a Millennium Falcon. Now, the story behind this is, when I opened the box is a touch tatty, I won't lie, it's a touch tatty. But when I opened the box, like I said to the guy, "Oh, it's missing quite a bit of its bits. Like, obviously its radar this year's missing. This gun was missing. This was missing. Oh, so was the see-through plastic thing that just fell out onto the floor." And he said, "Oh, £40." I was like, "Too much of it's missing for me, mate. I can't really afford to drop 40 on it now." He went, "Well, would you do 30? I said, "Would you do 25? I went, "It's missing quite a lot of the bits, so it's going to cost me money to replace them if I want to replace them." He went, "Okay, yeah, I'll do 25. So I got this off and boxed for 25. Now, later on when I got home, I opened the back up in it and realised that quite a few of the bits that were missing were actually in the back. Like, it's still got its little chair. The gun itself was here. This floor panel was in here. It's still got this little, still got this here. The stanchions for the actual the door, whatever you want to fucking call it. Now they are here. I've got them in a bag somewhere because the ones that came with it are actually damaged. But I'm going to replace them. I want to replace the dish as well, and also get the I suppose you call it chessboard. Gonna get the chessboard for it. And once I've done that, it will actually be complete. Apart from that, it's in pretty decent condition, but I need to stick one of the stickers back on it, because the sticker on the back there is sort of come loose. I just put that back in there so that it doesn't go missing. But yeah, £25 for a box Millennium Falcon, which I was quite happy with, because these things aren't cheap. Okay then, well that's the big thing out the way. Get down to all the smaller stuff now. Now, truthfully, some of this stuff here is probably not worth loads of money. Some of it's only worth, you know, between £5 to £15 or £20. But it's the timing, and then I found some of these things, the price that I found some of them at, the condition some of them are in. I just think that they were good deals at the time. First off is something that's relatively new to be found in a car boot sales. I don't even think I found anything other than this one. And I'm talking about an Amiibo here. Now, he's not a very popular Amiibo. It's number 48, the Mii Brawler. Now, I paid £1 for this guy, which obviously, as you can understand, £1 for an Amiibo statue is good money, no matter which Amiibo statue it is. Even the Animal Crossing ones, it's good bargain. So he goes in my Amiibo collection. I've got a whole bunch of Amiibo on my wall, still boxed. I bought this 2 years ago. I actually bought him off. He's actually a friend, the lad who bought him off, but it didn't change how much the item was. He was selling them off for £1 on his stall. His name's Daniel, my mate, and he always goes to car boot sales. He buys all kinds of stuff, takes it home, cleans it, sees what needs to go into his own collection, and anything that he already has, he either replaces the one that he's got or sells the one that he bought. But he's selling things at £1. He's not a reseller. He buys things cheap, replaces his own collection, and sells it on, and sells it on at a good deal as well. The best kind of reseller. He's a good friend as well. Next up, I only bought these a few weeks ago, and I think this was brilliant value for money. Now it cost me £4 for the lot. I bought them. They've been one of my most recent pickups videos. I bought them in a car booty, £1 each. The guy had loads of games, and these are a bunch of PlayStation 1 games. And they're all complete. I've already opened them before and showed them in a recent video, but at £1 each, £4 a lot. Nightmare Creatures, which is a great game. Resident Evil 2. The quality of the cases is stunning, absolutely stunning, and the quality of the titles is brilliant. And all of these games are worth over £10 each. I think one of them might be worth about £10. The Dino Crisis, you know what I mean? £1 for Dino Crisis. It's a good pound any day. And then probably the least valuable of the lot, but probably quite a lot of people's favourite game out of the lot, would be Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. £1, £4 for the lot. I got a good deal on them. And that guy had a box full of decent games. But when it came down to it, these were the 4 best games in the bunch. That was a good start to a booty. That was the very first minute I got to the booty, found that box, boing, my games. Okay, next up is I bought this about 3 years ago now. Some guy had it on the back of his car, just stood on the top of it, and I spotted it from a long way away, shuffled my fat ass over there as fast as I could. Now, obviously, any games that I've got the boxes for, the games aren't in the boxes here, because as you can tell, I store my games like that, and my boxes go behind me, above me. They don't get stored together. So anyway, yeah, I paid £5 for this, which is a fucking bargain any day of the week, and it's big box Lilac Wars for the Nintendo 64, and it's fully complete in here as well, fully complete. The only problem with it is it had this little bit of damage, yeah, sticker damage, bastards. But at a £5, I wasn't going to complain too much. Now if you open it up, big instruction manual in fairly decent condition too, and then there's the rumble pack. Obviously my game, as I said, doesn't go, it doesn't stay in there, it stays in my collection. What's this here? Oh, the little like leaflet thingies. Okay, I didn't know half this stuff was in here. I haven't paid any attention to this. So, okay, fair enough. All the gubbins inside here, all of the actual stuff that was in here is still in there. That's actually good to know. I didn't even know all that was still there, to be honest. About 6 years ago, when me and Glenn first started going to the car booties, I picked this up. I'm convinced it cost me 50p. It may have been £1, but I think it was 50p, and it was the Prima Guide for Pokemon Yellow. Now this thing's in stunning condition. Stunning condition. You know, the corners are in good condition. Look at that. There's a little bit of a thingy down there. Ooh. Okay, next up. Now this cost me 20p. I'm a big fan of old toys. I obviously was a child at some point. I played with Transformers in the 80s when I was a little kid. Yeah, I paid 20p for this guy. It's a Dinobot called Sludge. He didn't come with any weapons, but he's got no damage to him. He's in pretty good condition. Now when I found him, he's just in a box of toys, random toys as well, some of the most random shit you'll ever fucking see, and he wasn't transformed into any particular way. He was just like halfway through being transformed and loose. And I picked him up and I went to go, how much for that? She was, oh, he doesn't look very good, him. He looks damaged. I went, he just needs a little bit of loving. She went, oh, well, 20p. Yeah, I'd give you 20p for a fucking Dinobot every fucking day of the week. Yeah, but he's in great condition. You see him? He is missing his weapons, like, but, you know, I ain't going to complain too much about that. He goes on my shelf with me other Dinobots. I only need Slag now. I love the name of that Dinobot, Slag. Who the fuck called it Slag? Yeah, I only need Slag for the Dinobots. Because I've got Sludge, Snarl, Grimlock and Swoop. So I only need Slag. So if anybody out there wants to send me a Slag, you know, get in touch with me and I'll definitely have your Slag. Okay, next up is now I paid £2 for this. £2. I was just walking down, caught my eye. It was in it was on the table with just a bunch of boxes of random stuff, you know, the crap that people sell, fucking, you know, straighteners and tea cozies and waffle makers and all kinds of shit. It was just on the table with all that kind of crap. But I spotted it. I spotted the side of it. I didn't actually know what the game was when I first spotted it, so I quickly scuddied over. Hawkeye at that shit. Scuddied over, slid it out. Jesus fucking Christ! This game, wow, what a fucking game! Game I had wanted for quite a long time. A game anybody who likes Nintendo 64 wants. Now this game came boxed. It came boxed. £2 the girl wanted for this. Box Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 64. Now, the cartridge is in nice condition, a bit of dirt on it. You know, it's an old game. It's not gonna be fucking pristine. Now, the box itself is in decent condition. Now, I've got a protector on this, and I would always say that if you've got any expensive games, any rare expensive games, especially Nintendos, get these boxes. Find them on eBay. They're quite cheap. You know, they're going to protect your boxes against wear and tear, against dust, you know, even a bit of, you know, moisture, wet, whatever. Get them. They're worth the money. Now, I because it's a bit of to open these, I'm not going to open it, but the manual is in there. The manual itself's not in great condition. Like that's the manual there. The corners, the outside corners are literally torn off, and it's just tatty as fuck, the manual. But I'm not that fussed about that. It's in, you know, it's £2. This game, if you know anything about games, you know, this game can easily fucking sell for 40, 50, 60 quid. You know, people pay 30 to 40 pounds for the cartridge alone on this. It might even be more these days since I bought this game. I picked this up about 4 years ago. It must have been 4 because I wasn't living in this house then, and I moved here like 3.5 years ago now. But yeah, £2 for Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64. Bargain buy. Okay then. Next up, now this might not seem so special, but it was the price of it. And if you ever go to a card boot sale and you see someone who's got, you know, crates of CDs and they don't look like they're actually, you know, it doesn't look like it's their collection. You know, maybe if it's a house clearance person or, you know, whatever. Just have a look in the CDs, because you'd be surprised how much good shit you can find in them when it comes to games. Because, you know, PlayStation games, they're the same size as CDs. So are games for Dreamcast, Sega CD. You can even find DS and 3DS games in them. Because people, you know, some of these people, they stick them in because they'll go into the gap. So I'll always say give it a check over. You'll find some good stuff. Now, I found a crate of CDs at 20p each. I think the lad wanted 20p each for the CDs, or it was like 7 for £1 or something. It was like, but it was do 20p each, and in there I found this. Look at that. Resident Evil 3 for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, if I remember right, and I'm thinking it was this, I think this had another game inside it. And I don't mean instead of, I mean as well as. So let's have a look. Resident Evil 3. Now, if I remember right, it's got like skateboarding game. It had the skateboarding game in it as well. And obviously it's got its manual as well, and the manual's in great condition. But obviously these Dreamcast manuals usually wear because they were well protected in this box. But yeah, 20p. It's a bargain. It's a fucking bargain. There's a crack on the dual case, but you know, who gives a shit? I'm happy with that. Yeah. Okay then, not so long ago at a car booty, I picked these up. Now I'm gonna say these as one. They were separate, but I picked them up together as one. £2 each. These cost me, so it was £4 for both of them. And these are still boxed, but kind of tatty. The boxes are tatty, but they are old. Nintendo Game & Watches. Now, the boxes themselves are tatty, but the consoles inside are in decent condition. Now, obviously, I can open this here. The manual's still present, which is always a plus. Just see, the thingy for the stickers isn't though, because these always came with a little sheet which came with little red stickers on that you're supposed to put over the battery compartments. I think it was so that it didn't just open and batteries fall out. I don't fucking know. But yeah, look, the console itself is in pretty decent condition. I showed this about a month ago on a video, so anybody who is up to date on my videos should probably have already seen these. But yeah, at £2 each, Game & Watches. Now that's Parachute, which is, it's a game that most people kind of want when they're getting Game & Watches. But this next one is a panorama screen one, which these are quite rare. They're like rocking horse shit. Now there's obviously the box on this is tatty as fuck. You can see there's a bit of sellotape here holding the sides on. Or side. And sellotape here holding this side on. So obviously it's not in the best of condition. It's not. And obviously if I could get a better box for it, I would, and this box would go... It wouldn't go in the bin. I wouldn't do that. But it would hopefully find itself a better home anyway. But yeah, inside of here... Now obviously, yeah, the manual's here too. But you've got the game. Now look at this. Now, I didn't mention, but on the other one, the battery compartment cover was still there, and so is it on this one too. And it's quite clean. It's quite clean inside the battery compartment. So I'm, you know, when you pick something like this up and it's clean as this, you're convinced it works. And for £2, you can take the hit if it didn't. But look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. That. And it just slides like this. Boom. Boink, 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 boink. That's cool. That's a really cool thing for me collection. I love Game & Watch. And that's something I just love. I love having that in my collection. £2 each for Game Watches. Bargain. Any day of the week. Bargain. Okay then, I'm getting through now. I've got still got a few things left to show, but about 4 years ago at the booty, walking down, some random girl, she had a stall there, and I was like, well, I wasn't paying that much attention because it was all clothes and baby clothes, except this one thing. This one thing was on the table, and I went woof and grabbed it and went, hey love, how much do you want for this? 50p she wanted for it. Just wait until you see what it was. Game Boy Advance SP Mario. Now it's got a little bit of wear, which you might just be able to see there, but this is quite rare, this one, the Mario one, and I don't know if there's still battery in it. I have used this before. Oh yeah, there's still battery in it. The thing still wakes up. There's no game in it, so it won't start ending up, but yeah, what a stunning little thing for 50p. I'm well happy with that. I've found out that there's a most of this stuff here I've bought off girls. I picked this up years ago. Now I paid, I think it was 50p for it. It's nothing special, but it's cool for 50p. They sell for about £10 still on eBay. And a few years ago, when the Pokemon craze was hitting it, you know, they were quite expensive, but I think they've settled down now, somewhere between £5 to £10. It's a Pokemon Pokédex Generation 1. Now, I'm pretty sure this still got batteries in and still works. I've never put batteries in this, so these batteries here have lived a long fucking life by the looks of it. Let's have a look. Yep. It still comes on. Pokemon! Pikachu! Ah! Oh, you need to make sure you turn it off though. But yeah, 50p. That sits on my Pokemon shelf. Fuck you, Nintendo controller. Next up, I paid £1 for this. This was hidden in a bunch of books, and that I don't think the guy knew what the fuck it was. It was in the books. I picked it up and I went, how much? What's all pound in there? They're all books. Now, I live by this motto of, if they don't know what they're selling, it's their fault. It really is. It's not up to me to tell them what it is they're selling, because they're just going to start going, what? It's an old game. Oh, well, fuck it. Either make a price up in their head, which is so inflated, or the worst thing, go to fucking eBay and start looking at buying it now. So if somebody doesn't know what they're selling at a car boot sale, it's their fault. It really is. If they know what they're selling, then I'll either negotiate a price or walk away. I might even buy it. Some people are not arseholes. They actually sell things, they know what they are, but they just want to sell. But yeah, if somebody doesn't know what they're selling, it's their problem. He sold this to me for, I'm pretty sure it was £1. It may have been 50p, but I'm pretty sure it was £1. It's boxed anyway. It's The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy for the original Nintendo. No, this is one of the Codemaster ones. And this one has one of those stupid ass fucking... Look at it. Now this doesn't actually go into my collection with me NES games because it's fucking ugly. It's what the fuck is that thing there? What is it? I think it's got herpes or something. But yeah, remember, if anyone needs to know any information about this, they were made by Galoob in conjunction with a different company. Who was the company? Oh, sorry, it was made by Galoob for Codemasters. Yeah, that's what it is. And what they did was, because they didn't want to pay Nintendo for the lockout chip. Basically, Nintendo made these lockout chips that went into the original NES, and you wouldn't be able to play a third-party game. You'd have to buy these lockout chips off Nintendo, so that you could play the games. Which meant that's why you get these games, and they have these officially licensed Nintendo logos on them, because Nintendo supplied the chips and the cartridges for you to make the game that you want to sell. But some companies got around that, like these. What these fucking do is, you might see here on here, you stick this side into the console itself, and on this side here, you stick this game. And what the idea of this shit is, that thing has a lockout chip in it. So this has got the game on it, and it goes through the lockout chip on this, and then back into the game. And that's what these did. They got around the lockout chip by using the lockout chip that was on other games. There's a whole video about this done by Norm, the gaming historian. I might actually put a link to that video down below if you're interested in it. It's a very interesting story, and I would say subscribe to Norm. He's a fantastic YouTuber, and his content it's some of the best stuff out there. If you're into games, his content is some of the absolute best. But yeah, a pound for this, and I won't go as far as say it's rare. I don't think anything I've actually shown you so far today is rare. Some of it's harder to find, but I class rare as being, you type it into eBay and one might come up. You type it into eBay and none will come up, but a couple have sold over the last 6 months. To me, that's what rare is. Rare isn't Super Mario World. You look on fucking eBay, every cunt's got Super Mario World, and it's rare. It's not fucking rare. It's not fucking rare one fucking bit. Only 3 things to show you now. Second to last one. Sorry. This next one up anyway is I bought this for £4. Yeah, it was £4. I was walking down, and if anyone remembers the old Sega boxes. Now Sega used to have this on the Master System. It was white box with a black grid on it, and on the Mega Drive Genesis it was a black box with a white grid on it, or a grey grid anyway. But I saw it and I was like, boom, straight over to this fucking table. It was a clearance. It was a home clearance one, so the guy didn't know what he was selling. And when I got there, I went, "Oh mate, what's that? How much do you want for it?" And he went, £5. And I went, "I've got 4 in change. Will you take that?" And he went, "Yeah, I'll have 4 in change." So boom, for £4 I picked up a box Sega Master System converter. Oh, weirdly enough, this is called the Master System converter, but most boxes I've seen for these say power base converter. I don't know if there's an absolute difference on it, or if it's regional, or if it's just a different line that got made at a different time. But it comes with its instruction manual, and the actual device is inside there. Now I actually use this device, so I've put it in here for entertainment purposes. It's coming back out now because it actually sits in my Mega Drive on my shelf. But yeah, the condition this thing was in is just stunning. In fact, I'll bludgeon an idea of saying this thing was new, or newish. Look, it looks in very good condition. It came with this little box. I'm not sure what this little box is. It probably tells me instruction manual what this little box is. I don't know. I really don't know. It looks like the kind of box that you open up and you stick a wire in it and spin the wire around inside and spool it a bit. But I don't know. I really don't know what that wire is. Well, sorry, what that box is. It probably tells me in this manual. Meh. Not that fussed. But yeah, £4 for this. Now, I was in that booty with my mate Glenn, and I spotted this before he did, and I scurried over. He was looking at another table, and when he turned around, he saw me with something in my hand, and he came fucking flying over, and the face he pulled when he saw how much I gave the guy for it, he was gutted. Now, he's done it to me, and I've done it to him many times. Like a couple of days ago, he picked up a Super Nintendo in a charity shop for £12.50 with a whole bunch of decent games as well, and some of these games were boxed too. Now I've got Super Nintendos, but I'm gutted about that because I've spent years and I haven't found a Super Nintendo console in the charity shop. I've not found one because I want to get one as a bargain, just to prove it to myself as a point that they're still out there. Well, I know they're still out there, but you know. Okay, the second to last thing. Wow, this video is going to be 40 minutes. I'm sorry about this. But yeah, this second to last thing that I've got to show. Now, this is rocking horse shit. Absolute rocking horse shit. I paid £2 for this. Yeah, it was £2. I actually bought a whole bunch of games off this guy. They were all GameCube games. And if I remember right, I got Luigi's Mansion off him. I got a copy of Mario Kart Double Dash off him. £2 each. They're great fucking games for them prices. But this was in there. And when you see what this is rock and horse shit. Now, this is a HMV exclusive. The actual game inside is the regular normal game. Most people who've got a GameCube either got this or want it. But most people don't even know this case for this game exists. It was the HMV exclusive of the Wind Waker. How cool is that? Now, I've seen these things go on eBay for 70, 80, 90 pounds. So to get for £2 is a fucking bargain. You know, it's one of them. I fucking won. I won this one. Now, the reality of it is, that's the inside of it. Bog standard, regular, limited edition. I say bog standard, regular, the limited edition. That's actually seemingly more regular. There's more of them out there than there are of just the single disc. But yeah, it was fully complete in there. Manual, poster. You know what I mean? It's even got its fucking scratch card thing. And whatever that is, what's that? And a postcard. Oh, cool. I didn't know that was ever a thing. That's cool. I didn't know that postcard was there. And it looks like the corners are scuffed on it, but they're actually not. That's actually the design. I think it's supposed to look like an old map. I'm not sure. But yeah. £2. And as far as I'm concerned, it's that. That's probably worth £20 of it. That's worth about £50 of it. This cardboard sleeve. Bargain. Okay, then the last thing to show you, I'm going to try and make this video so it's 40 minutes. So I've got like 2.5 minutes, maybe a bit more with a bit of editing. But yeah, right. The first time I went to the car booties after many years of not going. I used to go when I was a kid with my father until I got to about 24, 25, and I stopped going. Well, basically, I didn't live with my father anymore, and we weren't getting up Sunday mornings and going to the booty together, so it died down then. But after a while, like my little sister was wanting to go to car booties, and me and mate Glenn, so my dad was like, well, I still go to the car booties, if you want I'll come and grab you in the morning. Sounds. Went to this car boot sale, first car booty I've been to in many years, first stall I go to after all these years. I find this thing. Now, backstory about this thing, this is going to be a longer than 40-minute video, sorry, but the backstory about this thing is years ago, we're talking It might be 2001, 2002. I'll double check on the box the year it was released. But I remember, I'm a big fan of horror films. Now I'm going to tell you, this is Hellraiser. Now, Clive Barker, the man who wrote Hellraiser, is, you know, him and Doug Bradley, the fellow who played Pinhead, they were in university together in Liverpool. Basically Scousers. Like Doug Bradley himself, the fellow who plays Pinhead, is a Scouser. Imagine if he came out of hell going, we'll tear your soul apart, fucking hell. But he, you know what I mean, he doesn't sound like that, but imagine that. Pinhead as a Scouser, that'd be fucking tremendous. I mean, I need to do some videos where I dub over fucking horror movies with Scouse accents. But yeah, anyway. I'm a big fan of Hellraiser. Always have been. I found that they were selling this item, or they were making this item. It was made by a company called NECA, which most people probably know. They were massive before McFarlane started getting all the contracts for toys and figures. But NECA, they started making these Hellraiser props, and they were doing the box, and it came in a big box with, Joe, like in Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, when they've got the little plinth with the glass domes and the Hellraiser box inside them. They were selling them off. They weren't the ones off the film, but they are classed as props, but they were selling these. And when I sent them a message about it, they said, sorry, we're not actually sending any to the UK. I was like, bastards. They said they're going to be sold in America, unfortunately. We will be selling some in the UK, but they won't be the big ones. They'll just be a regular box. Now, this isn't what I bought in the car booty, but I'll show you this. I bought this like 17, 18 years ago when they came out. In fact, let's have a look. Is there a date on them? 2003. I wasn't far off. So it's 15 years ago. I bought this 15 years ago, and it's just the box. It came in this square box, and I paid like 40 quid for this when it came out. 40 quid. It's in its fucking little bag. I can't be arsed taking out this little bag. Oh, fuck it, go on then. It's the box that's in there. It's made out of pure, solid, I think it's oak, with metal brass trimmings on it. You know, it's a proper kind of prop. It's not bullshit plastic thing or anything like that. It cost me a fortune. I spent years thinking to myself, I'll never, ever, ever buy one of those big ones. Never get it, unfortunately. And then I went to that first boot sale after all those years. What do I find on the very first stall that I see? On the floor, there's a guy and a girl stood there selling stuff, and they had all kinds of things. They looked like they were just selling random stuff out the house to make some money. I said to the guy, I went, how much do you want for that, mate? And he went, I want a £5 for it. And my dad stood next to me. My dad's a proper little... He is. He's like a trotter. He fucking negotiates and argues the price. He fucking haggles for everything. And my dad's next to me going, offering fucking £3 for it. And I'm like, stood there next to my dad going, shut the fuck up, father, shut the fuck up. Because this thing ain't cheap. Now, what I'll do is I'll show you. Weirdly enough, there's actually one for sale right now on eBay. Now, there's not many of these things in existence. And there's one for sale on eBay right now. Which is one of the reasons why I've actually decided to do this video, because I've saw this. Now I'll cover the top up so you don't actually see the item itself. But if you see, look. Oh, you bastard, look. £210, that is. I don't know if you could actually see it very well. Let's have a look. £210. Rare NECA Hellraiser puzzle box. Lament configuration prop replica Pinhead horror. That's what it is. Now, I paid £5 for this. Now, I've actually found people online who've offered me considerably more than that. If you're a Hellraiser fan, get on eBay right now. Buy that, because you'll never get it at that price again. That's boxed. That looked in great condition. It looks like it's in as good condition as mine. But look. £5 I paid for this in the booty. I never thought I would own one. This is one of the greatest wins of my my collecting life. Now, this thing doesn't live in its box, to be honest. It should do, because it's irreplaceable if I damage that glass dome, but it actually lives on the mantelpiece in my living room, my girlfriend, the second my girlfriend knew I had this, she was like, that's going on the living room mantelpiece. That's going there in the middle of the... Because my girlfriend's a massive horror film fan. She loves Hellraiser. She got all the Living Dead dolls of Pinheads and stuff like that. And she's a fucking great one, my girl. But yeah, in the box, it comes with this little plinth here. Like, they're not even that big. Like, the box itself is in this. Ooh, trying to open it the wrong way. Look, there's the Hellraiser box itself. Let's see if I can open it. No, doesn't seem like any demons are coming out to get me. You little bastards! And then the coup de grace of the whole thing. Because this is the thing that's actually worth the money. The plinth and the glass dome is what's worth the money on this. Look at that. Now, it's actually dusty. I didn't realise it was that dusty. But yeah, there's the glass dome. And I'll show you that thing now complete. I just want to put this all away. But yeah, that's my massive win, my Hellraiser box. Now this is a 45-minute video. I'm going to trim it. Now thanks a lot for watching that, guys. Get yourselves out to car boot sales. Get yourselves out to flea markets, to charity shops. Get yourselves out there, because there's great things to be had if you're into collecting. Now that's just a small portion of shit that I've picked up in car boot sales. A lot of the stuff on my shelves behind me, a lot of the stuff in front of me behind the camera, I've bought in car boot sales. These are some of the things that I class as being massive wins, because these are so fucking cheap compared to what their actual value is. I've paid decent money for fucking great stuff. And everything there is just worth a fucking fortune. You know, I could sell everything I've got there and probably make back the best part of £1,000, and I've spent less than 100 on the lot. You know what I mean? That's probably spent less than 50 quid on the fucking lot, to be honest. So, you know, get your asses out there, get to flea markets, get to boot sales, you know, garage sales if you live in America. I see a lot of great garage sales videos. Anyway, guys, I'm Gaz Cavalera. Thank you for watching, and you know, tune in again at some other point for some more random Gaz stuff.